Mute your mic. Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I am Anahel Remote of Bali and delight to be here today for this interview. Our guest today is a highly respected individual with an impressive background and a wealth of experience. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Leaf. So welcome, sir. How are you?
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right, sir. First of all, please introduce yourself for my viewers.
Once more, please. What did you say?
Okay, please introduce yourself for my viewers. Can you tell us
Aha.
about your? Okay.
I am regarded as the grandfather of intellectual capital. I was awarded for it as Brain of the Year um, in a British contest. And I'm 77 years old, and I am very curious about future.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your introduction. So now let's move on to questions. My first question is on your screen. Can you tell us about your current role at UNIC Senior Professorship and what your responsibilities entail?
Well, it's a prototyping company, and it is, among others, testing. How can you start and develop a company without employees? Zero employees, but still working on the intellectual capital. And I can tell you it has been very successful in the application and development of approaches. But it's not a traditional company with employees. It's a kind of explorative approach on the intangible assets.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your answer. So now let's move on to next question. My next question is on your screen. As a chair professor, intellectual capital at the Hong Kong Polytechnic University, what are some of the key project or research areas you have been involved in?
Well, it's basically about the collaboration with the Polytechnic University and two professors, one Professor W.B. Lee and Eric Chu, and they are very pioneering in their development. And I was very honored and happy to be with them and develop new insights for it.
All
So
right, sir. Thank you.
now we are looking forward to see more. Please.
Sir, can I ask another question or you are continue your answer?
I'm okay.
Can I ask next question?
Do you have more questions, please?
Yes, I have. Can I ask?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. My question is, could you share more about your role as the funding chairman and co-founder at New Club of Paris? What is the mission of this organization?
The mission of the organization is to um, develop new approaches for societal innovation, because we have so much now going on in traditional innovation of products. But how do you innovate society? And how do you innovate the old institutions, among others, universities, as well as research labs? And I think the Rehan College, where you are a student, is one early prototype of what might be the future. As you said, you are not studying and learning from books. You are learning from cases and you are learning from interviews.
Yeah.
And that is much quicker. And that is an illustration of what you can learn from not having traditional educational programs, but new innovative programs like you have.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for your answer. So my question is, what inspired you to establish universal networking intellectual capital, and what are the main objective of the company?
What inspired me to start Universal Networking Intellectual Capital was, among others, this insight that the future is not where they think it is, and definitely not in the library. It is out there in reality. So you could say that it is a kind of company about IRL in in real life, and how can we develop, like Rehan has been doing, new approaches for learning and for development.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your answer. My next question is, you we also worked with the new club of Paris and KM4D. Could you describe your contributions and experiences in these organizations?
Yes, we started the new Club of Paris in the search for the new society agenda and the agenda for development. And as you can probably read out from reality, we need to overcome all the anger and wars, etc., going on, and find new ways to peace among people. And that's, among others, what New Club of Paris is working on. Search for the new agenda setting of society. And that is a kind of supplement to United Nations, you could say. The next part of your question was K4D, and that emerged out of doing prototype with people in Saudi Arabia and Dubai, and the Knowledge Development Foundation there.
All right, great, sir. Thank you so much for your answer. So, my next question is, how did you become the first professor in the world to hold a professorship on intellectual capital at Lund University's schools or economics? What were some notable achievements during your tenure?
It probably started long before Lund, when I was a student at Berkeley in California. There I learned a much more modern approach to learning than probably also what you are doing. Um, and that is, you have to challenge the existing um, paradigm and develop the new paradigm. And that's what we are trying to do in New Club of Paris as well as in UNIC. And that's why UNIC, if you pronounce it not as unique, but U and I C, and then we share those insights.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your answer. So, my next question is, can you share a memorable travel experience or a place you will visit that left a lasting impression on you?
Yeah, one of them was actually Dubrovnik in Croatia. And at that time, in the old days, it was called Ragusa. Ragusa was a pioneering city with um, uh, their own way of operating their own system, and they had a special task force which impressed me. This task force was called Dragomans. Dragomans were knowledge navigators, and those knowledge navigators were looking around, scouting for what's around the corner, reported back to the mayor, city mayor, and there they drew conclusions about how to develop the future. And that was, among others, based on replacing fight and war with negotiations.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful answer. So my next question is, do you have favorite books, movies, or TV shows that have had a significant influence on you that you recommend to others?
Probably, but I don't recall them right now. I only record the message, not the movie or the book title. But there are so many people and so many inputs that has come to my mind. And it started, as I said, in California when I was a student there, because I was trained to challenge my professors. So this is a little recommendation for you too. Uh, don't take it for granted what the question you get from the professor. Turn it upside down, stretch it, and see what new angles you might find in the question. Like I asked you, what can you learn from the bird?
Okay, all right. So my next question is, what is something people's uh, about the might surprise people, a hiding talent or a unique skill that you possess?
Well, one little learning is when we developed our future center, we were experimenting with smell. And smell has a very, very strong and quick impact on your brain. The signal going in through your nose up to your brain takes only zero point 0.8 seconds. So the question for you is, what's the smell of the future? And
What's
you can
the
think about what's the smell of the future.
future is AI?
Well, it could be, but it could as well be the smell of candy or tea or something else. Um, and that is a key learning, that if you have a good smell, then you are not afraid to go into the future. So the
Are you
smell is
asking?
there. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Please again.
So the smell has a very strong impact on the interrelationship you have with others. And that is also called tacit knowledge. It's not the words in a book, it is actually the vibrations between you and other people.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir, for your answer. So my next question is, can you can you see my question?
Yes, I see your questions. It's very good. You have very good
Okay.
technology
Can you
here.
recall a meaningful life lesson or piece of advice that has guided you throughout your journey?
Yes, I was indicating part of that earlier. At a very early time when I was a student in Berkeley, California, I had low grades. I didn't get very good grades. So I went to my professors and asked, What's wrong? Because I give you the answer from the book. And then they said, precisely, that's your problem. You are not taking the question, turn it upside down and stretch it and revert with a new perspective. So if you do that, you will get good grades. And then I got good grades.
Yeah. So, do you have any role models or individuals who have inspired you personally outside of your professional life?
Yes, but it's also in a professional life. I have many colleagues that have inspired me, and I also have inspiration from my family and from my grandkids, especially the grandkids. We were doing special drawings today, and that was very interesting to see how a young girl at the age of 10 was now using internet to produce new drawings very quickly, much better than I can do it. And that means that we have a remarkable IRL situation ahead of us. And I'm so impressed with what you are doing together with Rehan School of learning and applying new technology.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir, for your answer. So, my next question is, what do you believe are the most important qualities or maintaining a happy and fulfilling life?
It is peace, peace and good relationships. And that is also called neuroscience. And that's what we can learn from neuroscientists on how to avoid the negative news, negative politics, and negative economics. Uh, and you, with your brain and with your skill, is a kind of warranty for the future. So the future
Alright,
will
sir. Thank
be guaranteed by you and your student colleagues at Rehan School.
Thank you so much, sir, for your answer. So, my next question is, how do you handle challenges and setbacks in your personal life, and what advice would you give to others facing difficulties?
Address the future with joy and curiosity.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful answer. So, my next question is, can you share a memorable personal achievement or something you are particularly proud or of outside of your work accomplishment?
It will probably take another book to respond to that question. So I think we go to the next.
Okay. So my next question is, what do you consider the greatest personal achieve? Oh, sorry. If you could have a conversation with an historical figure or famous person, who would it be and why?
It might be the founder of Visa. He was very, very creative and transformed the financial communities. Um, and that, as I had happened to get to know him, impressed me a lot the way he was operating out of Bank of America and later on Visa, the debit card, nowadays also called MasterCard. Um, and that was a remarkable man of uh, great wisdom.
Okay, sir. So my next question is, could you describe a place or destination that you are always wanted to visit but have not had the chance to yet?
It's a good one. I have visited more than 100 countries around the world. Um, so it's difficult to say that what would be the next 100. Um, when I finished working, I decided to go around the world as quickly as possible. But the travel agency couldn't give me a ticket to just fly around the world, so I had to make it in 3 days.
All right, sir, wonderful. So my next question is, do you have a favorite piece of art, whether it's a painting, sculpture, or other form of artistic expression?
Yes, I do, and I have many of them actually. And I'm very, very much into art. I like the way to describe it, but my favorite painting is probably in the colorful language of a French artist called Miro, Miro, and you can find his work on internet. Very, very interesting. He was actually more colorful than Picasso.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your answer. So my next question is, what is what skill, one skill or hobby, but that you we always wanted to learn, but have not had the chance to pursue it?
That would probably be to learn about music and playing a piano or some other instrument. I have not managed to discover how to do it.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your answer. So my next question is, are there any specific philanthropic causes or charities that you actively support or are passionate about?
Yes, I started some years back to be a board member of something called the Swedish Brain Foundation, and I'm still very passionate about what we can learn from neuroscience and brain science. And I think that is a topic that is as interesting as going out in the outer space. So we have to learn to both go into the neuroscience and molecular medicine, as well as going out to the various new planets out there far beyond the moon.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your answer. So, do you have any favorite quotes or words of wisdom that have guided you in your personal or professional life?
Yeah, I think it is the word from Berkeley, California, and it says, "Let there be light."
Okay, sir. So, my next question is, if you could choose one superpower, what would it be, and uh, how would you use it in your daily life?
Well, if you mean superpower, it's probably how your brain is working. Perhaps you know that your brain is communicating with my brain right now, and it's done by neurons, and those neurons are digitalized and channeled into the internet. But you can probably develop much more along those lines. And there was a guy who was a pioneer in that, and his name was Tesla. Nicholas Tesla in Croatia. We did wonderful experiments with it. And now the next door at uh, the Italian University of what's the name? I don't recall the name right now. They discovered by the professor Rizzolatti the mirroring neurons, And the mirroring neurons are probably a key to a peaceful future.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me your precious time and sharing not only your incredible professional journey but also your personal insights and experience with us today. It's been a pleasure to get to know you on deeper level. So, to our audience, we hope you will enjoy this fascinating conversation as much as we have. So, thank you so much once again, sir, for your time and for your wonderful answer. So, viewers, if you have any more questions or would you like to learn more about Mr. Leaf work or about his experiences, so please feel free to reach out and comment on this interview. We look forward to bringing you more engaging interviews. Uh, See you in another uh, episode. Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful time.
And I look forward to learn more from your response to the question, what can we learn from the birds? The birds of Pakistan and the birds from Sweden and other birds. They are flying there with the future in their mouth. And Picasso had a painting, and one of his paintings is a bird flying with a flower in the mouth. And that could be a good illustration of a happy future to you and your colleagues. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye. Have